2 in the morning, rest is getting harder.
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and yes, we are saving Sampdoria. Season number 1, episode number 10, and I think we have really made some fantastic progress. The team is starting to gel magnificently. We're picking up some consistent results. All we've got to do is make sure we don't drop silly points. I'll be able to accept draws, but it's going to be the losses. We've got to keep them to an absolute minimum moving on into the final sector of the season. As you can see, we are coming up to December. We're in the end of November. We have a very tough game against Hamburg. And hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, we get the result we deserve. And you can see, we have made some decent progress. 27 points. 31 points is 7th. We're well and truly in with a shout. I did notice that in 8th position is Sao Paulo. We do actually have a game coming up against Sao Paulo, so I'm a little bit wary of those, Sao Paulo, because they have got a little bit of form of late. They've picked up a few wins, back-to-back wins, so they're doing quite well. And speaking of quite well, look at that ball through. We really should have punished them. Now, it's really nice, majestic football, interflowing football, and that's something we have to do, is play nice football, because we don't, unfortunately, have ridiculous pace to destroy teams. We have to really use build-up play. As you can see, the lad goes up for the header, and I feel it was a harsh handball decision. But actually, on the replay, to be ultimately fair, he's actually leaning across him, slaps the player in the face. So that's an infringement to begin with, because he's using his elbow to gain height, as is their player actually elbowing him in the chest. But he does actually catch it on his hand. I have to say, full kudos to the referee for obviously spotting that. How the hell he saw through his head, I do not know. They step up, take the penalty, hits the post, and the whistle goes. And I'm confused as to why the whistle would go. I didn't see any infringement. He didn't clatter into the goalkeeper. He surely couldn't have been offside, and there was no offside replay. So how was him hitting the post and the ball bouncing out an infringement? I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea. But do you know what? I'm not going to complain. I am seriously not going to complain, because it's one of those things. I'll happily take that piece of FIFA luck all the way to the bank. Fantastic. Edgar knocks the ball through to our boy Icardi. Icardi gets onto his right foot, slams it into the top corner. What a freaking shot! Jesus, man. That lad is becoming legendary. He is creating his own legend, along with, of course, Poli. We love Poli. He's just epic. And the problem is, the one problem we have is we get sloppy. We've just been given a warning signal. They've just fired a shot over the bow of our stadium. And again, they knock the ball in, a free freaking header, and they make it 1-1 after 88 minutes with Janssen. We were warned just earlier, and yet we paid no attention to it. We still decided to drop deep as a defensive line and allow them the space and the time to pull off pretty much the same cross and the same geezer on the end of it with the header, which was really disappointing. So I actually look at that game as 2 points bloody well dropped, which is frustrating, because we need to keep the momentum going. Now, it came to the Super Cup, and I decided that I was going to simulate the game. I didn't really fancy playing it. I thought, just give it a sim. Let's see how the boys do. Let's watch from the stands. And 2-2. Thankfully, Gabs didn't score, but we got a 2-2. Vilhena had to come on, and he nicked a goal. And then we get a little text message from Rossini. Gaffer, I've come to you today to discuss my wages. I've worked hard in training and for the team, and I feel I should be paid a little bit more as a result. Really? Okay, let's have a look at your contract. You've got 2 years, 7 months left. Let's think about this. Well, we've upped the average attendance. So, okay, yeah, we'll do it. We've upped the average attendance from 700 when we played game 1 up to 7,000. So I feel we're generating enough cash to be able to give you a £10,000 salary, the additional 1 year you're looking for, and we'll give you 15 grand signing on fee. As you requested, you shall have it, and it is now December. And we're going to do another squad report and see how the boys are progressing. And I've got to say, they're doing quite well, Everybody is growing at a very steady and solid rate. Some players, like Polly, just magnificent. I can't actually get over how freaking brilliant he actually is. Our Dennis the Menace is coming along nicely. Eda is coming along nicely. Maxi Lopez, I've got to say, I'm glad I gave him an opportunity. He's coming along nicely. Vilhena, Clayton, I mean, look at the greens. It's beautiful. I'm not sure why it says bad form with Maxi Clayton, to be honest, because he's been playing really well. As we can see, Our boy Kare is now on an 83. I wish it was on 83, on a 68, but he's just growing so well. I mean, his statistics are going up so beautifully. I mean, he's a joy to play with, an absolute joy. The rest of the players as well, you know, apart from the older guys who aren't getting much of a run out, are just going up fantastically. Everybody in this team has brilliant statistics. I'm so chuffed with the depth we have. Simon Poulsen, a few people have said, why are you not playing him at left back? Simply look at his work rates. Just look at his work rates, and that is the only reason why I'm not playing him, because his work rates suck balls, and with the issues we're having at the back, there's just no way we can risk playing him. So we decided to go into another game and simulate against FC20. We go behind early doors, 1-0, but Dennis the Menace pulls the game back to make it 1-1. We then go behind yet again, but thankfully Maxi Lopez in the 87th minute comes to the rescue and salvages a point. So perhaps a lesson learnt for me there. A, don't see him, and B, Eder's out. Oh, that sucks. Eder was finding some form. He was really influential. He's a nice lad to have around the training pitch. You know, he's good for the younger players. That's really disappointing. Not as disappointing as Boss. I'm going to turn down that contract extension you offered. I appreciate it, but I think I need a change in my career. So I'm going to move on at the end of this contract. You absolute arse. Unfreaking believable. I am absolutely pissed off. Simply, I can't mince my words when it comes to that. I am absolutely gutted. We gave him exactly what his bloody agent asked for him, and he has the audacity to do that. Well, I'm going to stick you on the bench, and I hope you enjoy it. And as you can see, we have a tough game against Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo are currently sitting in 8th. We're in 10th. A few drop points, I've got to admit. You know, 2 draws, back-to-back draws in the league is really not acceptable. But, you know, let's take the positives out of the negatives. That's 2 points instead of 0 points. At the end of the day, point is a point is a point. Do you know what I mean? A point is a point. So a point is a point, which is fantastic. But Sao Paulo, oh my days, they were absolutely brilliant. Watching them play was terrific. I mean, their movement, their passing was sublime. I mean, the goal, look at that, interchanging passing. Nice little 1-2, plays it in the triangle and does us a absolute kipper after 35 minutes, which was guttering. And again, playing nice football, we try to cut it out. Diego Reyes tries to cut it out, plays a sloppy ball out. We get dispossessed, the ball comes in, great header, great save, but the follow-up, we weren't the first to react. They were the first to react, and they slotted the ball home to make it 2-0 after 45 minutes. But we're never down. We're never out. As Pozzi sticks it in the bottom corner after 45 minutes to give us a slight chance, a slight glimmer of light at the end of a very dark tunnel. Okay, being a bit dramatic, it's not that much of a dark tunnel because we are still right up there and we do have an opportunity to do the business. But again, Pozzi gets hold of the ball, slips it out to Max Clayton on the right hand side. He goes for the audacious cross and it nearly goes into the top corner, which would have been absolutely magnificent. But we get too cocky, we concede a silly foul, and look at that free kick. They actually worked on their set pieces fantastically. He was completely unmarked when he came in for the header, and Sergio went huge to keep that out. I mean, he saw it late, he reacted, for me, a little bit late, but he managed to keep it out of the net, which is the main thing. So we take a huge risk. We take Icardi off, we bring on Lopez, we bring on Sarli, and hopefully we can work some magic. And speaking of magic, Sarli has the ball, Edgar has the ball, trying to work some space, trying to work an opening, begging people to move. We're not moving enough, but we're pushing everybody up. We're playing ultra attacking. We give it to Polly, and the crowd's going mental. Come on, Polly! And he delivers a sensational right foot rocket to the top corner. Now, bearing in mind, we took 1,000 fans all the way to Sao Paulo, which was absolutely fantastic. And I must thank them all for their support. And it was thanked even more with a goal like that. I mean, I'm lost for words with him. He's brilliant. But look at Maxi Lopez. Maxi Lopez doesn't want to be outdone. Tries to go to the left-hand side of the box. Cuts back inside onto the right foot. And again, slams it into the top corner. What an absolute glorious goal. And I have to say, giving him an opportunity to play has been the best thing I have done so far in this career. He really has been firing on all cylinders, and to score that goal in the 90th minute and give us the 3 points turns a bad episode into an absolutely majestic episode, because that is now 5 points which is not the greatest, but we're still picking up points. We're not being defeated, which is the main thing. It's that consistency. I do believe the 3-5-2 is going to be the better formation. I've just got something in my head that keeps telling me change to the 3-5-2, change to the 3-5-2, use the 3-5-2, and yet I have not done it. But there's probably a reason why, because, you know, at this moment in time, we're in such good form. Why change something that isn't broken, you know? We may not be winning every game, but we're battling hard. We're picking up the results. I mean, look, Polly picks up an 8.8 man of the match. The league table does look a little bit fearful. I mean, Galatasaray are absolutely storming away with it. 10 points clear of Villa, and then Valencia, you know, Lokomotiv, Wolfsburg, Braga, Deportivo. Wow, you know, that's a really tough division. It's unbelievably hard, and we're going to have to work twice as hard to break back in and hopefully push our way in. You know, I can see us finishing 5th or 6th in this league. I really, really can. I think the top 3 is now a step too far. And as you can see, we have a Super Cup replay against Racing to finish the episode off. Will we come away as winners? We concede early doors to bloody Gabs, of all people, torturing us. And no, unfortunately, we don't. But that gives us a better opportunity to concentrate on the league and get up into the next tier of the Super League, which will be fantastic.